Hi guys, just thought I'd make a quick video of something I do because I'm a bit of a tight ass and because it works. I'm cleaning some mag wheels tomorrow and I hate scrubbing and going round and round circles, and they're pretty rough wheels. So what I do is I go and buy packets of nylon Scourer pads, well, that's what they call them, Scotchbrites usually we call them, 60 cents for a packet of 5. And what I do is I cut them into a series of circles, mark them out with just a can that I get off the shelf, and I usually get 2 circles to a pad. And what I normally do is I glue them together in stacks of 4 using a bit of quick grip spray, just spray on adhesive type stuff. And then what I do with that is after I've glued them together in stacks of 4, I normally press them up, but I'll glue these ones up and then I'll show you the rest of the process. Okay, so I've got those 20 in 5 stacks of 4 now. They've all been glued up, let to tack, and then placed together. And now what I do is I have an old board and a matching board, and I place them like that. I'm going to tip them up, put them in the vise and give them a squeeze and leave them to set overnight. Okay, so here they are pressed up in the vise between the 2 boards with a couple of clamps. Probably looks like overkill, but if I clamp them up and they stick all around and sort of become one, they last a lot longer and they don't delaminate and fray. So what I'll do is I'll leave those overnight now because I'm not going to be doing anything tonight, and yeah, tomorrow morning I'll pull them out and show you how I mount them up in the drill. Okay, so the Scotchbrite wheels have sat overnight in the between the 2 pieces of board, and as you'll see, they're nice and pressed up, all joined up, nice and stiff and strong. So now what I do is I get my little butane torch and heat up an old knackered Phillips head screwdriver with a chewed out tip. Heat it up, and then what I'm going to do is poke a nice neat hole straight through the middle of all the Scourer pads. So what I'll do is I'll put the camera down, do that, and come back and show you what's next. Okay, so I've poked the holes through with the red hot screwdriver, and now they're all nice and clear. And then what I've done is I've got a bolt, which is probably about 125mm long, cut the head off it, and it's only a short thread. I've got nut, washer, Scourer pad, washer, nut. Okay, just to fasten it, and that's done up really, really tight. So now all I've got to do is put this in the drill and spin it up. Now, the one thing I will say is, for a bit of longevity, these things they're pretty delicate. You know, like you're spinning them up at 2,000 plus RPM with your corded electric drill. So what I usually do is I use a bucket full of soapy car wash water. And what I do is I dunk the pad or give the pad a good soak beforehand, and then the piece that I'm scouring, whether it be chrome bumper or alloy wheel or something like that, what I do is I give them a good wipe down with a sponge so they're nice and wet, and then go to town. And the beauty of them is, the thing that I really like is, they're quite coarse and they will scratch up a lot of surfaces initially because of the Scourer pad. But what they do is, as they tend to break down, they tend to go quite soft and furry, and they start to polish out the scratches. So they sort of take your time, use them section by section, make up heaps of them. Like this lot I think cost me about 25 cents each for these, which I don't know what the 3M version's worth, but it's got to be a lot cheaper. Now it's not as effective, but it's a lot cheaper. So what I'll do is I've got a few clips of video of some wheels I've done, so I'll attach those to the end and so there you go. If anyone's got any better ideas or ways they do it, post a video response. Tell me how you do it. Okay, so here's the whole reason that I've made this Scotchbrite wheel. I've got this old set of mags that I use purely for hill climbing. So it's got my super sticky Kumo extras on it, 13-inch wheels. I don't really look. They're pretty old and they're pretty scratched up and knackered. This is probably the best of the lot. So I don't really want them perfect, but I'd like them to have a bit of shine and look good from a bit of a distance. So what I'm going to do is now, okay, I'm really stoked with the way that worked. I finished one wheel, well, not finished, but you know, it's shiny. It's still, there's lots of little parts I've still got to go back and go over. But the reason I've stopped and sort of called it finished is the wheel is pretty much disintegrated. So if you have a look, it's all over Red Rover. But if you work out, I bought a 5-pack of Scourers for 60 cents, and that was actually 2 Scourers worth. So you know, you're looking at less than 20 cents, and I've sort of been able to polish a wheel and haven't broken a sweat. So what I might do is I'll test the other one now on another wheel, see how it goes. But so far this one's a winner, and I might make up, you know, a couple of packets worth and finish these wheels off. Okay, so there's pretty much the finished product after maybe 10-15 minutes with the Scotchbrite wheel. A little bit of auto sol just rubbed on. Far from perfect, but they'll go on the race car and they shouldn't be too embarrassing.